If you've been trying to figure out how to actually win government contracts and make money on a consistent basis, I'm talking $10,000 to $15,000 a month, upwards of $50,000 to $60,000 a month. Make sure you watch this entire video start to finish, because I'm about to give you the entire blueprint that I use to take my student Brandon from working his 9 to 5 job, waiting on paychecks, not knowing if he's going to be able to keep his job, to profiting over $100,000 in government contracts and winning 10 plus contracts in the last year. And real quick, just to get into who I am briefly, my name is DeMarje Mayo. I started my government contracting company in 2024. I have now won over 37 contracts and counting, with and profited multiple six figures. And even prior to government contracting, what I was doing was I was a network engineer. I was in the IT field for about 9 years, and I actually quit that job to do government contracting full time in August of 2024. And just to give you guys context, this is a job that was paying me, over $130,000 a year, and I decided to quit that to do this full time. And here's my timeline really quick of my IT career. I was working for the government as a subcontractor for government contracts, ironically, prior to doing this full time. And here's like kind of my timeline of what I did when I was working my IT job for the government. I was also an entrepreneur. I was selling candy at 14, high school selling shoes. College, I was selling shoes heavy, talking 30, $40,000 worth of shoes. I was a reseller. I was buying purses. I've always had this entrepreneur spirit. And then, like I mentioned, I actually got into Govcon in 2024, and that's what led me here. Right. And I'm not all talk. Just like I said, I'm sure you guys want to see proof. I've won 35 plus government contracts, like I mentioned, all in the range of like $15,000 to $250,000. Here's one I won for a parking lot pole replacement for the state of Virginia. As you can see, $62,000. And it's actually probably going to be about $90,000 once the contract is finished, because the government wanted some things added after the contract already started, which is going to be more money. Here is another contract I won for a soda ash dispenser, $48,000. Here's another one I won for a roof replacement, $38,000. Here's another one that I was awarded. This one was actually around $50,000 for, sorry, not $50,000, like $15,000 for fitness repair. Here's another one for some boxes that I recently won, pistol boxes. This was around a $15,000 contract. Then I'm also going to show you guys some proof of some direct deposit straight from the government, so you guys know this is the real deal. Like, I'm not trying to, ain't no cap in my rap, man. Like I mentioned, in 2024, my student Brandon, he was working a regular IT job. Fast forward, now he's won 10 plus government contracts and has now quit that job to do that full time. Now let's get into like Brandon's timeline a little bit, right? Brandon started, like I mentioned, around, I want to say probably about 2 months before this, but I would say November 2024 is when he actually started to bid. He was bidding about 5 to 10 bids a month. He was inconsistent. He didn't win anything for 3 months. And this is low key where a lot of people quit when they get into this position, right? They've been bidding for 3 months, and even though the output isn't there, they feel like they put in a lot of work, and they're like, oh, it doesn't work. I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore. But Brandon didn't quit. He actually locked in even more and upped his output from 5 to 10 bids a month to 25 to 30 bids a month, and implemented the systems that I gave him to bid consistently. Then in May 2025, after locking in March, right? 2 months later, after locking in March, he won his first contract and then won another contract like a week after that, maybe like 4 days after that, 5 days after that. Then that just continued. It compounded. Then he started winning contract after contract after contract. Now he's hooked, decided to quit his job, and he's doing this full time now. Now, the 3 months that looked like failure, that was just him learning the system and understanding that he had to have that output to actually be successful in government contracting. And like I mentioned, I don't just talk, right? There's no cap in my rap, as they say. So I'm gonna let you hear from Brandon's mouth. What did he think of my system, my mentorship and coaching, and how it helped him win his first 6 contracts? Let's see. Just to motivate the viewers and people who might be interested. Again, you don't have to go into the numbers, but contracts after that they were in the thousands. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, thousands.
For sure, in the thousands. And from the money that you've made, would you say the investment you made into the coaching, into the supporting things like that was worth it, and you got a return on your investment?
10 times over.
10 times over,
10
for
times.
sure. As you can see, and Brandon has invested in the GovCon GPS, and when he invested, as you can see from his mouth, he's made his investment back 10 times over, right? So now let's go into a little bit more proof with Brandon. This video specifically was in January 2026. And then recently, about a month ago, he just hit me up. He said, "This is the second win this year for $50,000." And then I was like, "Hey, that's like 8 contracts won, right? Including last year." And he was like, "9, like 10 total." So now Brandon has won 10 total contracts since being in my program and actually learning the system to bid consistently and make money within government contracting. Now, let's not even just look at Brandon. Let's look at some of the people who are in my program right now, right? We have Mike Sims right here, where he says, "Big win today. Leanne and I just submitted our very first government contract proposal through their company, and now they're building momentum. Very special thank you to DeMarjorie for your coaching, guidance, and willingness to answer our questions throughout the process. We truly appreciate your support." Mercedes got our first quote back after our first site visit, creating our first proposal. "We are really excited, and our subcontractor and the POC are already have a working relationship, so Jacob and I are feeling good." Another one, "Leanne got my contract finding and scope of work time and writing down. Got my contract finding and scope of work writing time down. This morning I found one and did the scope of work in 15 minutes. Thanks to Marjorie for the coaching." So this is just to give you guys insight that like what I teach actually works. I teach systems. I teach you guys how to find these contracts. I give you guys templates, everything needed to be successful. Now, let's get into what you even need to get started in government contracting. So, to get started in government contracting, the first thing you need is to form your LLC, right? It can be an LLC that has already existed for years and years and years. It can be an LLC that you just start today. You just have to make sure that you have an LLC and make sure you have a physical address tied to that LLC, meaning that it cannot be a virtual address at all. It can't be a P.O. box. It has to be a physical address. Once you have that, you get your EIN number from the IRS, which is free. You can get that done in a day. After you get your EIN number and you have your physical address, you want to sign up on sam.gov. When you sign up on sam.gov and you register and you give them, your bank account information in the sense of like who you're banking with, so that way they know how to pay you. You give them your EIN number, you give them all your business or sensitive business information like who owns the company, what percentage of the company is owned. If it's just you, then it'll be 100%. All these details, you input that information when you sign up on sam.gov. Once that's complete, you get something called a cage code. Once you get your cage code, you're then instantly able to start bidding on government contracts. It's pretty much that simple. So you can get your LLC today or tomorrow, get your EIN number, make sure there's a physical address tied. Once you have that, you can sign up on SAM, and SAM, it takes about 5 to 10 business days to actually get you your cage code. So you can be bidding in less than 2 weeks. Now, let's get into the system that I taught Brandon and what I use for myself to win 40 plus government contracts. The same system that I taught Brandon for him to win 10 plus government contracts. The thing with government contracting is you have to have a system. You have to have something that you're able to repeat on a daily basis over and over again that can correlate to you getting the output that's needed slash required to win contracts. If you don't have a system when bidding on government contracting, you will not be no you will not you will be nowhere near as successful as you could be. So let's get into it. The first thing is you find the opportunity on sam.gov, right? Let's go to SAM really quick. I'm gonna show y'all in this video too. We're gonna do all of this in real time. On sam.gov, to find opportunities, you just go to contracting, contract opportunities, go to dates. We could just do contracts due within the next month. Notice type, let's do solicitation combined synopsis solicitation. Then we can go to set aside. Let's just do total small business, no set aside. Now, if you have these other certifications, then feel free to add them to the set aside, but most companies don't have these certs, so we're just going to do these two. Now, as you can see, there are 3,600 contracts due within the next month just with these filters. Now, getting back to the system, you find your contract, and then the next step in the system is finding a subcontractor to partner with to fulfill this contract. So, as an example, let's go to I'm just going to pick one. Installation of an HVAC system in building 1678. Let's see what this is. So they're saying they think that this contract should fall between 130 and 185. The government will host site visits. These are the site visit details. And let's see what the location is. Fort Worth, Texas. So now my next thing will be HVAC repair, Fort Worth, Texas. Then, as you can see, there are plenty of HVAC companies near Fort Worth that you can call to fulfill this contract. So, what you would do is that you would actually go into the documents, go to the scope of work. This is the scope of the contract. And what you would do is you would send this scope of work to the subcontractor for them to give you a quote. So, we found our opportunity. We found our subcontractor literally by just searching on Google. We knew that the project, it was an HVAC project in Fort Worth, Texas. Have the scope of work. We're going to call our subcontractor to get a quote based on this scope of work. And it's as simple as, hello, my name is so and so. I was calling to see if you do commercial work. If they say yes, I have a project in Fort Worth, Texas. A client of mine is looking to get, let's see what they're looking to get. Air sealing and insulation of 4 existing air vents. They need to remove 12 overhead doors. Like, I'm just going to give a brief overview of the contract, not every single detail. And then after I give a brief overview, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them know and say, I also have a scope of work that I can send to you that explains everything in detail. Could I get your email so you can take a look and hopefully give me a quote? In most cases, if they feel like they can fulfill it, they'll give you their email. Then you send them the scope of work. Then you send the scope of work. Once you do that, you want to rinse and repeat that over and over again, meaning that you want to call multiple companies and try to get multiple companies to give you that quote. Now, once you actually get a quote back, you add your margin on top of the quote. So if the quote is $15,000, you add, whatever price you feel comfortable with based on the market of that type of contract. But let's say you get a quote for $20,000. I might say, add 6,000 on top. So you submit the bid for $26,000 if you get a quote for 20,000. So when you submit the bid for $26,000, remember that your subcontractor gave you a quote for $20,000. With your subcontractor giving you a quote for $20,000, that means that you have $6,000 profit. So, going down the actual flow chart, let's say you actually win this contract. If you win this contract, then the contract gets executed. The government, you and the subcontractor agree on the day for the project to start. The subcontractor completes the contract. The government then has 30 days to pay you. Once the government pays you, they will deposit the $26,000 directly into your bank account. You then send the $20,000 to your subcontractor and you keep your $6,000. And that is essentially the entire process of government contracting and how it works. Now, as far as the system aspect of it, after you submit a bid, you really just want to rinse and repeat this entire process, this entire system, right? So let's say you have a contract you're working on, you call about 10 companies, you get 4 or 5 companies that say yes, that we feel like we can give you a quote. You move on to the next contract, a completely different contract, call your companies, try to get a quote, you finish that one, move on to another contract and just repeat, repeat, repeat. And then again, you get your quote, add your margin on top, build your proposal around that margin, submit the bid, and again, rinse and repeat. And like I mentioned, this is the exact system that I use to help Brandon win 10 plus contracts, right? The exact system that I use to help me win multiple 6 figures in profit in government contracting. It's the same exact system. Government contracting is very simple if you have a system and a set of processes to repeat over and over again. If you have your system and you're able to follow that system and blueprint step by step, it's almost inevitable that you will win a government contract, and given that you actually are consistent with your output. You have to be doing, I would say, at least 20 to 30 proposals a month to see a consistent win rate. And I like to mention to all my clients that you win about 5 to 10% of the contracts you submit, meaning to reverse that, you lose 90 to 95% of the contracts you submit. It's a numbers game. So if you're only submitting 3 bids a month, 10% of three is not one. So it's going to be hard to win one off of just submitting three. That's not to say it's impossible to win a contract just submitting three. The likelihood is insurmountably lower given that your output isn't up there. So to almost guarantee you win a contract within, I would say, at least 3 to 6 months, you have to consistently be submitting that 15, 20, 25, 30 proposals a month to see the fruits of your labor of consistently submitting. Now, here's the honest part. Could you figure this out on your own? Definitely. However, it may take you 9, 10 months to figure out what a mentor could teach you in a month, right? In my experience and with my clients, it usually takes them about 2 to 3 weeks to get fully acclimated and start bidding on a consistent basis versus doing it on your own, doing research for months, looking at YouTube videos, trying to figure out how to write proposals. It could take you months to get to that point. And what Brandon got, and what I teach all my clients and what I use myself, is a system to consistently bid on contracts, assistance along the way, mentorship along the way, being able to point them in directions based on contracts that they're working on, being able to suggest them contracts, and ultimately an entire blueprint to win government contracts consistently. So if you want a system, if you want assistance with government contracting, you need help writing your proposals, you want to send me a proposal and I reviewed it and I can let you know what's right or wrong. You want to stop guessing and figuring out, dang, like what is the government looking for in these proposals? How do I even understand what to read in these contracts? Book a call below. Link is in the description or right below this video. And I'm going to hop on a call with you and we're going to talk about how I can assist you to win your first government contract and profit thousands and thousands of dollars and give you a system to repeat and do that over and over again. If you're not going to commit to submitting bids consistently, if you're not going to put in the work, if you don't understand compound interest and the need to understand delayed gratification, do not book a call. If you're not ready to invest in yourself, do not book a call, right? It's not for you. It's for people who are ready to lock in, people who know they want to get in a government contract and then start making thousands of dollars. Because this isn't a get rich quick scheme. This ain't something where you just going to get rich quick. You get into it for 2 weeks, a month, and then you make thousands of dollars. This is something where you're building a lucrative business, something where you can make thousands and thousands of dollars long term, and even be a multi-million-dollar company if you really take it serious and lock in. So you can't expect to just get results instantly and just make money in a month or two. So, like I mentioned, if you're the type to lock in, you want to start making thousands like Brandon did, win 10 plus contracts like Brandon did, book that call below.